Hey everyone, welcome back to the B-Movie Bunker. Today we're looking at 2014's Godzilla. This is brought to us by Gareth Edwards, same guy who brought us the film Monsters. Okay, I tried not to get my hopes up real high for this one because I did that when they had the Matthew Broderick Godzilla film, and that really crushed my spirit as far as Godzilla went, and I had to go back and rewatch some of the older original like Toho Studios type stuff and Gojira to rekindle my flame for Godzilla. Now, I'm not saying this one is as awful as that atrocity was. It's not. It's better than that. It's not a great film. I'm not quite sure if it was a good film. I think it was an okay film. One of the biggest problems for me is that the least interesting character in this movie is named Godzilla. I mean, the movie's called Godzilla. Maybe he should be in it a bit more than he actually was. I understand they were trying to add some human drama and stuff like that, but the problem is that, one, you focus on one guy more than you do on the monster at all. And I know some people say, well, the old Godzilla... I wanted more Godzilla. That's the biggest thing I'm going to say. I'm not trying to spoil the film. I'm just saying I wanted more Godzilla. And, I mean, to be fair... If this would have been an hour and 40 minutes of nothing but Godzilla chewing on power lines and knocking down buildings, I would probably still say, I could have used a little more Godzilla in this one. So, take that for what it's worth. Part of the problem I have is that you have a very talented cast who I think is very underutilized. Ken Watanabe, I always pronounce his name wrong, Watanabe, whatever, I think he is a very, very good actor. A really good actor. And if reduced to 2 and 3 word lines, and that's he barely says anything. He just stands around and looks depressed and angsty most of the movie. He doesn't really do anything, which I think is a tremendous waste of his talent. I think Bryan Cranston is wasted as well. He's got a little bit, but I think with the talent they had, they could have had a much better human element to it without sacrificing the giant monster aspect of it. I mean, this is a giant monster movie. I understand we don't want just, mindless action, although I just said I could do with an hour and 40 minutes of Godzilla. I mean, you want a story there. You want something happening. I think this one is a little schmaltzy, a little cheesy, which is not a bad thing, because that's to be expected in a Godzilla-type movie. A lot of his movies have that kind of cheese, that kind of schmaltz, that kind of, I don't know, just that eccentricity that a Godzilla film has. You have to watch the old ones to understand what I'm talking about. If you've never seen older Godzilla films, and I'm not talking about the Broderick one, I'm talking, the good stuff. Godzilla versus Hydra, and Godzilla versus, Ghidorah, and all that. All the old, great, classic Godzilla films, where it was, the dude in the rubber suit stomping on models, not CG and green screen. I like the way this Godzilla looked much better than the last time we had seen him as a CG rendered thing. And I will admit, there's a couple cool scenes with Godzilla, but nowhere near enough. Again, I needed more Godzilla in my Godzilla movie. On a scale of 1 to 10, it's... You have to have seen Monsters to understand where I'm going with this, because Monsters, I like the movie Monsters. And I think the problem is that Gareth basically remade Monsters, but just inserted Godzilla in place of one of the monsters. Monsters had this slow, ponderous kind of pace to it, which worked well for that story. But I think you needed something a little more fueled for this, and that's what's this is just it's a Monsters remake is what it is, and I think it should have been more of a Godzilla movie and less of a human drama film, which is what this really is. I'd still say see it. It's like I said, it's not a bad movie, and you might get more out of it than I did, but I again wanted more Godzilla, and I don't know. I mean, I hope it does well and they make another one, because then I might get more Godzilla, because then they might say, people like that Godzilla, we should do more Godzilla, and put more Godzilla in the movie. Which hopefully they won't then just make a shitty film like they did back with Broderick. And not blaming Matthew Broderick for that. That was not his fault. The script was awful, and the CG was awful. This one, a better script, obviously better effects. It's a lot later, but still needed more. So that's all I have for this one. Till next time, why don't you all stay safe out there in the wasteland, folks.